In the Celestial Quran, chapter 31, titled Luqman, we get almost like the book of Proverbs but for Islam. In this book of Proverbs, i.e. book of wise sayings, it surrounds an enigmatic figure named Luqman. Luqman is mysterious and enigmatic in nature, and many people speculate who he is. One thing that's for certain though is that in Islamic traditions, he was a wise man and philosopher and possibly even a scientist too. There was a Luqman that existed in pre-Islamic traditions that was also a wise man, proverbial and mysterious. But what is the hermetic, spiritual, and Gnostic view of the character of Luqman? So, if we read the book Died in Virtue, D-Y-E-E-D, by the way, Died in Virtue, the Quran and Plato's Republic, we get an insight that Luqman could possibly be Alcmaeon of Croton. Now, right off the bat, we can understand that Alcmaeon and Luqman sound very similar if you stretch out the phonetics of the name. Alukmian. Alukmian. Kind of sounds like Luqman, right? And so, it was speculated in Died in Virtue that Alcmaeon was the original version of Luqman and that Islam is once again taking from Greek philosophers. Us as Hermeticists who already practice Islam of Greek philosophy have no problem with this and will actually corroborate this using numerology. Without further ado, the Ikhwan as-Dahab, also known in English as the Brethren of Gold, is very proud to present revealing Luqman's identity as Alcmaeon using numerology. So, what numbers will we be using in our breakdown today? Well, the numbers we will be using are the following. So the numbers we will be utilizing are verse and chapter numbers of the scriptures. Then we're going to be using gematria or alphanumerics, and where you convert letters into numbers of the names Alcmaeon and Luqman, as well as the alphanumeric versions of the mystery letter Alif Lam Mim that begins Surah Luqman. So what is the gematria equivalent of Luqman and Alcmaeon? And by specifically what I mean by that is what happens if you were to take the Greek letters of Alcmaeon and translate it to numbers, and the Arabic letters of Luqman and translate those into numbers. What would that create? Well, consider the following. So as you guys can see, here are the three Greek gematria equivalences of the Greek name Alcmaeon. So first we have the number 952, the number 88, and the number 25. These three distinct numbers will be utilized and used in the following breakdown. Second of all, now that we have the Greek alphanumeric equivalent of Alcmaeon done, now let's move on to the Arabic gematria equivalent of the Arabic name Luqman. So if we look at the Arabic gematria of the name Luqman, we get the number 221. And this will be a number we will be using in this breakdown too. So let's get started. How are we going to be utilizing these numbers? So let's get started on our Luqman as Alcmaeon breakdown. First of all, if you take the number 952, which is Alcmaeon in gematria, and then subtract it by 221, which is Luqman in gematria, you get the number 731. You see, off rip initially, guys, 731 is not really a good number to deal with mathematically, however, or numerologically. However, if we reverse the numbers at play, i.e. we put it in reverse order, we get some pretty good results with this numerological finding. So let's do that. Let's reverse the numbers. If we reverse 731 to make 137, and then if we reverse 221, Luqman's gematria name, to make 122, and we subtract the two numbers, we get 15. Now, where does 15 come into play? If we take 88, which is Alcmaeon's name in ordinal gematria, and then subtract it by 15, we get 73. The number 73 was in this breakdown when we made 731. So 73, 731, 731, 73. So that's how 73 is relevant in this scenario. But let's keep digging deeper, okay? What if we kept reversing the numbers and played around with the reversals of the numbers to get a better numerological finding? Well, I'm glad you guys asked that. So first of all, let's keep let's do this, guys. Let's have one number be reversed and then the other numbers stay the same. So that's what I just did at the bottom table right here. If you guys check right here, where I'm highlighting, you should see that I reversed 952, which is Alchemist's name in Gematria, to make 259. Then I subtracted it by 221, which is Luqman's name in Gematria. By doing that, I got the number 38. Where do we synchronize the number 38 in the scenario? Well, let's do what we did on the left side, but on the right side, we're going to do the reverse order. So what does that mean we're going to do the reverse order? Well, I reversed Alchemist's name, but I kept Luqman's name in its original order. So with the immaculation of numerology, if I do the reverse order, I should get a similar result. So I'm going to keep Alchemist's name the same, but I'm going to reverse Luqman's name in order and see what that gives me. So 952 subtracted by 122, which is Luqman's Gematria name in reversed order, gives us 830. And as you know, 830 or 83 is a reversal of 38. So that's the first section of this breakdown done out of 3. Let's move on to the next section, folks. Alright guys, so moving on to the next segment of the Luqman's alchemy and breakdown. So remember how I said earlier in the breakdown how we're going to be using verse and chapter numbers too? So Luqman is first mentioned in Quran chapter 31 verse 12. 31 times 12 is 372. So what happens if we were to reverse the numbers? Well, let's see, guys. Let's see what happens if we were to reverse the numbers. So if we reversed 372 to make 273, and then we subtract that by Luqman's Gematria equivalent, which is 221, that gives us a number 52. So how is 52 relevant in this scenario? You see, 52 is relevant in this scenario because Alchemist's Greek reduction value. So if you guys understood the earlier part of the video where I showed the 3 equivalences of Alchemist's Gematria name, I got 952, 88, and 25. So 52 is a reversal of 25. But then most importantly, if we take 273 and subtract it by 259, which is the reversal of Alchemist's Gematria name, we get the number 14. Now, right off the bat, the numbers 14 and 52 are actually really, really good numerologically speaking in Islamic numerology. This is because Quran chapter 14 has 52 verses. But let's keep digging deeper in case that's not good enough for people by realizing that Quran 14 has 52 verses. So let's keep digging deeper. 52 subtracted by 14 is 38, and 38 was earlier in this breakdown. So this is like a three-peat symbolism of the number 38. But most importantly, if we take 52 and add it by 14 rather than subtract it, we get the number 66. And 66 is relevant in Islamic numerology because it is the Arabic Gematria equivalent of the name Allah. The icing on the cake is that even if you reverse the numbers 41 and 25, which is the reversal of 52 and 14, you still get the number 66. That's pretty cool, right, guys? Now, this has been the second section of the Luqman's alchemy and breakdown done. Let's move on to the final segment of Luqman being alchemy. So 3 out of 3. Let's go, guys. Alright, guys. So remember how early in the video, how we said we were going to utilize essentially like the mystery letters in Surah Luqman to do a better breakdown? So let's start doing that, shall we? So Surah Luqman starts with the mystery letters Alif, Lam, and Mim. So what happens if we were to geometrically simplify and reduce these letters? Well, if you take Aleph, which is valued at 1, Lam, which is valued at 30, and Mim, which is valued at 40, all in gematria, and add them together, 1, 30, and 40, you get the number 71. 71 plus 88 equals 159. Now, where is the relevancy of 159? Well, we've been reversing numbers and doing reversal of numbers this entire breakdown. And if you guys caught it, 59 is a reversal of 95. So where do we find 95? In the Greek ordinal, Greek gematria equivalent of Alcmaeon. And Alcmaeon's Greek gematria equivalent name, we got 952, 95, 952, or 259, right? So with that being said, that is the relevance of a number 159. It's a reversal of 95. Is there another occurrence of 159 that can secrete this for us? Yes, actually there is. So if we had to mix all of the letters Aleph, Lam, and Mim into one string of numbers, it would get us 13040. However, there is a certain language of gematria called reduction, and where we reduce the digits and we reduce the order of the numbers into a single digit. So if we reduce 13040 into 134 or 134, and then we add that by 25, which is the Greek ordinal reduction value of Alcmaeon, that gives us, again, 159. And again, we already know that 159 is relevant, but seeing it twice in this breakdown is pretty groundbreaking. Finally, to top it all off, 134 subtracted by, in parentheses, by the way, this is in parentheses. So if you add 88 plus 25, 88 being the Greek ordinal value of Alcmaeon, and then the reduction value of Alcmaeon, and add that together, and then subtract that by 134, we get 21. Now 21 is relevant because in the Arabic gematria equivalents of Luqman, we got the number 221, also known as 221, 221, right? And then to top it all off, 134 subtracted by 122, which is the reversal. We've been just reversing all day, guys. The reversal of Luqman's gematria name, which is 122. If we subtract 134 by it, we get the number 12. Now, not only is 12 a reversal of 21, and also it comes into play in the aspect of 122, 12 too, but also, again, like I said, Luqman is first mentioned in Quran chapter 31, verse 12. And there you guys have it. This has been the numerical breakdown of how Luqman from Quran 31 is actually Alcmaeon. So, what have you guys learned? What have you guys gained? What have you guys experienced from watching this video? Has it helped you? Has it aided you? Has it opened up your mind into new perspectives? Or has it just kept you stuck in dogma, or this video just seems like a massive conspiracy theory? Either way, for the most part, I hope you had fun watching it, and I hope it was at least entertaining to watch, even if you disagree with the views being said in it. If you guys would like more Hermetic content, and where we revive and revitalize the practice of Abrahamic Hermeticism, be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, like I've said before, and just overall share and impress the video as much as possible. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to make better and greater content in the future. Peace out.